Welcome to Appleby Illustrations. Hello, I'm Nate, and in this video I'm doing a random shape exercise. I use this just to get over a little bit of creative block. So to start off with, I got my wife to draw me a random shape, and then I tried to work out what I could do with it. So I had a good look at it, turned it around and realised, oh, this kind of could be where a mouth goes or eyes and such. So I went from there, and then I just randomly turned it into a monster of some sort of weird creature. It takes a little while. Like, I usually start off with where the eyes and the mouth will go, and then I'll go from there. This way, I just like doing this because it gets me over doing the same thing over and over again. I noticed my last three videos, it's all been digital, it's all been comic book related, with characters and such. So this way I'll just do something completely different and something that I would never have just done randomly by myself. So now that I've got the basic outline of what I want to do, I'm just going to go in over it and do a little bit more details, like the armour of the back of him, do a little bit more details around the face. And then I had a look at it and I didn't quite like how the top of his head was looking. So I'm just going to work through a few ideas. Then I thought of something that would look good. Went through, did that, added some detail, made it look a bit more three-dimensional, and I thought, right, time for some colours. It's kind of weird, like you think you're doing the right thing with colours and you look at it and it kind of didn't work as well as you hoped, but then you just got to have faith that you know what you're doing. And at this point I'm thinking, oh, I've used the wrong colour for the teeth, but you just keep going. You just got to realise not everything's going to come out exactly how you want it, and it's only a sketch, so doesn't have to be perfect. So I laid down the pinkish reddish colour, and then I tried to blend it in a bit and make shadows and stuff. Then I thought it'd be cool to have a cool pattern over his head, sort of like a tribal tattoo. Now I'm just using a darker red just to add some shadow to the lighter red. And the colours I choose are almost random. They've got no significance whatsoever. I usually just pick the colour that will contrast from the one that I used before. Because it's only a sketch, it doesn't really matter. It's only for fun. So just do that, do a little bit of shading. Usually start with the lighter colour, then I use a darker green to add depth to it. And about now I was thinking, oh, this really isn't working that well. So I decided to go over it in a marker just to get some detail showing. And I said, yeah, actually, it's not looking too bad. And again, so I decided just to do the outline as I went. So now that I'm going to work on his head piece, I wanted to kind of look like stone, sort of like this creature has stone coming out of his head, and it's kind of like a weapon, kind of like, like dinosaurs and stuff like that, but more weaponized than that. And I think it turned out pretty good. And then I just wanted the back to kind of look like the front of his nose and his ridge and stuff, just to have a bit of consistency to it. So it's the same sort of armour, I suppose you would call it. And then I just go along and fill in the rest, work out what colours I want where, trying to keep it pretty consistent now. Now that I've picked my colours out, I just want it to be the greys, the greens, and the reddish pink colour. So now that I'm coming to the end of actually using my markers and colouring it all in, I start to think about what details I can add to it, like where marks would be, things like that, what colour the toenails would be. And I think in this case I kept it the same as the teeth, just adding little details along the way. I'll eventually get out my white pencil and start adding highlights to certain areas to give them the more three-dimensional look, adding a little bit of white to the teeth and the head piece that he's wearing. So yeah, and adding little details around, and now I'm just going around it in a black marker just to make it pop off the page a little bit more. Just a process I do, and then I'm adding a little light colour at the back just to fill in the page really and make it pop a little bit more. And then I'm going around it with a white marker, and I think this works out well. It really makes it stand out and does a good job. So basically that's my process for doing a random shape and turning it into something. Kind of turned out looking like a alien dog or something like that. If you like this video, please watch, share, subscribe and watch again. Till next time.